Our question on the floor is, what is the role of a woman in a relationship?
I think the role of a woman is to nurture her man, nurture the males in her life, whether that is her boyfriend, husband, son, father. Again, as my sister said, the role of a woman is to nurture her male counterparts wherever, whenever, it doesn't matter, because that is her role. So that is it, that is all. When he is, whatever he is doing that is healthy and whole, she should support that. So that is the role of the woman.
Okay. Anyone else on the role of a woman? Okay, let's go to the other part. My brother did it already. What is the role of a man in a relationship, ladies? Who want to go first on that one? Sisters, y'all gotta know, y'all have to be informed about this aspect as well, so you know what to expect.
One of the many roles I think a man should play in a relationship is number one, to protect and also provide. I'm not sure how many women who want to be with a man who can't protect and provide for a family. So I think protecting and providing for the relationship of a family is very important. I also think a man should also be able to nurture as well. I don't think it just should be a woman's role that, you know, if I have a problem, I'll only go to my girlfriends, my mother, or my woman. I want my man to be there as well to nurture me. So that's a big role.
Now, you said an interesting part. You said when you have a problem, you go to your girlfriends, right? Instead of going to that other part. Okay, that's a good thing. Well, that's another question. But one of the questions is like, why do women, when they have a problem in a relationship, go to their girlfriend instead of talking to the one that you have a problem with? But the next question is, what is the meaning of love, or to be in love? Because sometimes we just think it's just a feeling, or like a flighty, drunk type feeling, you know what I'm saying? But that's really not what it means, because if you look at it from a, I'm not trying to preach, but from a biblical perspective, they say love is kind, love is patient, it's unconditional. So if I love you, meaning that if I lose my job, you still love me. Or if you get in an accident and your beauty is not what it is that when I first met you, I still love you through that process. So what do we think or feel love is?
Basically, for me growing up in the church, my pastor always taught me that love is action.
You're preaching right there. It's an action word, love. That sounds like, I think the minister was teaching on love, and he said, love is duty. I can't say I love you and the bills ain't paid. You know what I'm saying? I can't say I love you and I don't do anything for you. So, I agree. Anyone else?
There's a difference between love and being in love. You can love, I love my kids. And I'm in love with my woman. You know, so that's a difference. And love, when you love someone, you respect. Respect is always the main key in everything. So when you love, you should respect the person you're with.
I think the issue with talking about love is that we constantly want to define it. And in reality, we can't define it. Because God is love, is unlimited. It could be what we do, it could be what we say. It could be just showing up for somebody. It could just be listening. It It could be buying a gift. It could be giving someone a hug. So, in my view, there's an unlimited way to show love to anyone, whether it's a husband, a child, a friend, a parent, or a pet. So, if you're trying to define it, you're limiting yourself and you're limiting life by saying this is what love is and this is what love is not. So you have your own definition. And actually, I think love is a choice. I can choose to love you, or I can limit myself by saying I don't love this person because. So I am choosing to love you because that's who I am and that's what I do.
Now, ladies, y'all don't like this question. What does it mean to be submissive to her man? Come on now, I need y'all input.
Allow them to take the lead, because somebody has to show leadership and take the lead in it.
Does any lady see anything wrong with being submissive to your man? Come on now. Because y'all not talking about this one. Y'all not raising my hand on this. Right. Hold on. Let's keep the control. We gonna get something.
Ain't nobody saying nothing.
I don't want to derail your question in any way, but it's important, I think. I don't know, I walked in a little bit late, so I apologize about my tardiness. But understanding things like that, the things that come along with being in a relationship, and submissiveness certainly is one of those things that come along with a relationship. But it's important to talk about truly the fabric and essence of the individuals in their relationship, because an easy example is an airplane typically has two pilots, right? And there's one captain and there's a co-pilot, both capable of flying that plane. Right? You feel more comfortable knowing that you'll co-pilot a plane to a captain who might know a little bit more than you, who has full ability to take care of this really on their own, and they know their craft well. You don't mind co-piloting someone like that. It's very difficult to co-pilot or co-captain a plane when you know your abilities are better, your strengths exceed theirs, and they're not up to par. So true submissiveness from a female coming in a relationship is only right and worthy if that man does what he's supposed to be doing. And a lot of men ask for a woman to be submissive to the man who's incomplete himself. So it takes that man to reach the end when I talk about being fully single, separate, unique, and whole. We don't reach that whole point ever. You're asking for a woman to do something for you when you're an incomplete person. You have to be whole. Another thing I'll just throw in there just to derail it, because I put a lot of time studying, researching all of these little fine things in here. But truly, I mean, literally, when I was a younger man in my 20s, I spent so much time trying to find out. Like, my cats come over and look at my crib, and they look at my book collection, and they wonder a little bit. You know, this is before the whole term metrosexual came out and all that, which I'm not just a man. I just like to hear myself. But I would get Essence magazines and sisters and stuff like that. I'd read them. Because see, women are the most secret things on the planet. And they will oftentimes tell us, but they'll tell each other. If you can possibly get in a woman's dressing room, you can just listen, you hear a whole lot. So in those magazines, they're talking in words. So I find out what they really want in a man. And it's truly a woman looking for 5 men. And it's our job to become all 5 in one. And they look for, not in any perfect order. They look for a protector, because that's closest to God. We feel protected under God's way, right? So they look for a protector, they look for a provider, they look for a teacher, they look for a friend, and they look for a man they love. And if you can accomplish all those things, then you're worthy of someone being submissive to you.